So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the CEO of Ice Water Percussions, solo percussionist, musician, and actress, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce to you Miss Chanel Bracy.
Hello, everybody.
So, and what's so cool about it, she got a drumstick here. We ain't got a drum machine nowhere.
I gotta represent. I have to carry it.
Yeah, she had to, hey. And not only that, when she performs, she wears the shades. And you know how I like shades.
Yep.
So, let the people know a little bit of who you are. How did you fall in love with doing the drums?
Let's see. I want to say it started back maybe elementary. I got introduced to the piano.
Right.
Played that throughout elementary school. And then the middle school came around, and I was like, I want to join the band so I can do piano. And then they were like, well, we don't have it's not like a piano section, but we have a percussion section that has piano in it. So I was like, okay, well, I can try out for that. And so I tried out, and I made it. So when I got into the percussion section, I got introduced to like all these different drum instruments, So then I kind of, I forgot about piano, and I was like, I went straight to drums. And then, so high school came around, I did drum line. I did like cymbal line for about maybe 2 years. Then I did the snare line for a year. Then after that, I went to college. I did jazz band.
Where'd you go?
North Central Texas College in Corinth.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did jazz band. I played the drum set for that for maybe about a year or two. Then after that, I was like, my mom kept telling me, oh, you should play for the church. And I was like, okay, So I went to the church, and they're like, well, we already have a drummer. And I was like, okay. And so I was like, well, I got to figure out a way to play if we already have a drummer. So I went out and got timbales, which is a percussion set.
Right on.
I tried out.
Which is the same thing that Sheila E. uses.
Yeah, it's timbales, yeah. And I got timbales, and then I started playing for the church. After I played for the church for a while, my friend, he was a musician, he took me out to, open mic night in Elm's, Little Elm, Deep Elm.
Right on.
Deep Elm. And I went there, I took my timbales up there, and that was my first time ever playing in front of a crowd.
Right on.
And I played with like the house band. I believe it was like Prophet Bar. So I played with them.
Shout out to the Prophet Bar. I've been there.
That was my first crowd I ever played in front of, and when I played and I think I did a solo, I liked the crowd's reaction. And I was like, oh wow, this is nice. I like
right
the
on.
feeling. And I was like, if the crowd likes it, then I'm just gonna keep performing this way, and start performing solo acts
right
and outside of the church. So that's when I started performing at bars and clubs and hotels and then events, festivals.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what this young lady do, actually, I don't know who videoed me, but I was busting the move. She's actually...
shout out to Female Tupac.
Yeah,
she did it in...
Right, shout out to Female Tupac. I'm going to post that video again on my Facebook page so you can check her out. She is very, very, very good. So, let's get a little bit deeper.
Uh-oh.
As a woman, in this field, which is pretty much dominated by men, how do you get somebody to take you seriously? Because the whole thing is that, you got male rappers, you got male pianists and stuff like that. Now, you are a very beautiful woman, and so how do you say, hey, I'm just not eye candy, I actually have skills? How do you get that respect?
If someone, mentions anything about, like, something out of place that has nothing to do with business, I cut them off right then. Like, I'm not here to talk about my personal, relationship or, if I have a boyfriend or not. I'm here for.
Oh yeah, I got hit up. Yeah, I got hit up quite. Just got up. I'm like, I'm not a pimp. I don't know.
I'm here. It's either I'm here. This is my service. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I offer. And if you want me to perform for you, and if you don't, then fine. And if if you want to know other stuff and you don't want to talk about business, then I'm gonna leave you alone. And I'm gonna move on to the next,
opportunity.
Yeah, and that's just how I've always been since I started, since 2010. I don't mess around. It's straight business.
Well, that's for damn sure. So, if you meet a young lady and she say, "Hey," because Sheila E. is the constant right now as far as female percussionist. How would you encourage a young lady if she came up to you and said, "Hey, I want to do what you do"? What would you tell her?
Let's see. Don't let anyone limit you, and if you basically whatever you put your mind to, whatever goal you set, stick to it, because you don't want to let no one down who actually has faith and believe in you.
Right.
So don't let others down, don't let yourself down. So keep going, because if you just stop at what you're trying to do, you might regret it later in the future. At least try to attempt it. Don't just have a goal and have a vision or a dream and then just not even touch on it. Just accept it.
I can dig that. Mm-hmm. But we are going to come back. I got one last question for you, then we're going to go to a song, then we got to get ready for sports, but we're definitely going to come back with the finisher of this interview. So with everything that's going out there, because you got people, young women your age, that's, making twerk videos or worried about going to the club or maybe doing that stuff. How do you stay focused? Because being a musician is a very disciplined lifestyle.
It is.
And not only that, being in the surroundings of being in the VIP section, meeting, all these different cats from different things, people envy what you are doing. So how do you stay focused and grounded in what you're trying to do?
Well, I don't twerk for Alright, don't do that. If I do a video, it's gonna be me playing drums. I'm always about since I created my business,
which is
which is Ice Water Percussion.
Why is it Ice Water Percussion?
Oh yeah, okay. You want to know how I got the name?
Yes.
Okay. So, I was at performing at another club playing for rappers, and I had met with one rapper.
Shout out to rappers.
That's right, rap artists out in Dallas. I support y'all 100%. Yeah, I was performing for them, just playing along with the music while they perform, and got on stage, and then I met this one rapper, and he was like, "Yeah, it's cool what you do," and he was like, "You got a name?" And I was like, "No, right now I'm just using my first and last name." And he was like, "You should do your name should be Ice Water Percussion." I was like, "That's a good idea." And I said, "What does that mean?" And he was like, "Well, ice means you're cold on the drums, and then water means you flow with the music." And it's true, because
that is very true. She is a beast on those drums. You hear me?
Well, I wasn't gonna say all that, but
no,
I'm saying true as in like
no,
improv.
because Nina, Brandon Scott is a cat. He's a great producer. I've worked with him. Yes, I worked with him before in the past. Also, Nina of Typhoid and the Sips. When they hit me up personally and say, "Hey, she's a beast on the drums, girl. You got blah blah this, blah blah that." That's respect within the community itself. With not only local artists, these are major players in the game. So, but when I heard you, when we did our thing, I was like, man, she is really, talking about into it and feeling the actual music and actually being a pure artist at its form. No drum beats, no none of that stuff. But she's been on video. She's been in the movie. She's been doing all this. Smiley, as a woman, do you have any questions right now?
Who are, well, of course I know Sheila E. Anyone else?
You can't say that because her mama had to tell her who Sheila E. was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I really didn't know about her until after I was performing a lot, and people was telling me like, "Oh, do you know her?" And I was like, "I've heard of her, but I've never really seen her acts."
Oh, please!
Really?
If you ever get a chance to see her live.
But I've seen a video now since I've.
No, I'm talking about seeing her live.
No, I've never seen her live. No.
Right on.
I've never seen her live.
I'm sorry, Smiley. Go ahead. So your inspirations?
Basically, all artists out there that had a goal and actually accomplished it and didn't stop trying, no matter how long it took. I know it could take, like in this game, I know it could take like a lot of years, or it could take short years, or it could take months, but you just never know. So I give them all, and I have respect for all of them. That's what my inspiration is. The ones that just keep on grinding.
When you think of music in its pure form, who's the first person that you listen to?
Okay, like Chris Brown, I like T.I.
Right.
Rap artists that like really tell the truth.
Right.
About life, but you really don't hear their songs much because it's people really don't want to hear that. But I like stuff like that really you can relate to, and that's the truth in society. That can help a person,
So these people that you just named, these artists, is these who give you your drive, for as far as being an artist to
keep going. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Like I said, I don't have a particular artist that gives me drive. Like I said, it's anybody that's doing what photographers, anybody that's doing what they want to do and making a career out of it. I give them props, and that's my inspiration.
So, what do you offer people when you perform?
Basically, I bring but I contribute to the party or whatever
Right,
event it
right,
may be.
contribute.
Like I said, I'm either gonna be playing along with DJs. Cause I think that's the best. That's more fun to me. Cause I just improvise whatever song they put out. I don't have to like really memorize it. Just play it on the spot. If any rapper out there, singer, wants me to play for them while they perform, to hypen up the performance, I do that. I play with bands. I also do recording work, studio work. If you want me, my drum beats on your tracks, and or just to do a performance solo act.
That being said, who are some of the people that you played for?
Some of the national artists I played for: T.I., Benet, T-Pain, Usher, Steve Harvey, Shirley Murdoch, Urban Mystic, a couple people in Texas, J-Dog, out of Houston, Zero, out of Houston. It's that's to name a few.
So, what do you want to get the message out about who you are and how can they get in contact with you?
You can get in contact with me by just going to the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, Chanel, Bracy, or you also go to my website, www.icewaterpercussion.com. Percussion. With no S of N.
Percussion.com.
Yeah. And they can pretty much, my business number's on there, so they can, call me and then book me for whatever event. And people think outside the box because, like, I guess some people see me and they're like, oh, what can we use her for? They get confused. Really, any event there's music,
So
then I can play anywhere.
So you're not just confined in the box. Basically.
No, it don't matter what event. If there's music and I can hear the music, I play along with the music. That's it. And it just hypes up the event. Just like that. Get the crowd hyped.
What do you have coming up next? What performances are you going to be at next?
Shout out to G. Rap artist. I'm going to be playing along with him. So it's going to be on November 2nd at Curtain Club at 5 o'clock on Sunday. Shout out to G.
If somebody didn't know who you were, tell them who you are.
Let's see. I'm Chanel Bracy, CEO of Icewater Percussion. Like I said, you're going to book me for playing along with the DJ, at a party, club, play for your artists. You want drum beats, straight drum beats, that's not electronic. You want acoustic drum beats from, live drums, playing your tracks. A band needs a percussionist, I'm there. Or if you just want me to perform a couple songs or two, I'm there. That's what I do.
And we do thank you for coming in. Me and Miss Bracy, I'm not going to call her Miss. Me and Chanel got a business meeting Wednesday, so be sure and stand by. Just wait for Icewater Percussion and the Benet Embry Radio Show to become some type of partnership. And we coming up north and everything like that. We're finna leave you with some music. Miss Bracy, do you have anything to say before we get out of here?
Thanks everybody for listening. I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Trent Allen, dancer.
Is that Blue Mask?
Blue Man.
Oh,
I'm my best supporter, and shout out to Sierra.
Yeah, you wait till I post this video. See,
Kenny,
I took him on the dance floor. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this old school and this gray hair fool you, baby.
Yellow mask.
Oh, Yellow Mask.
All my friends who come out and support me all the time. Kenny, just all my family, all my friends. If I didn't name everybody,
Right.
Everybody's in the group of friends. I'm just, everybody support me every show or, believes in what I do.
Hey, look here, Chanel, we have been really enjoyed having you. Feel free to stop in any time.